Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys My Hero Academia, episode 28. This is my rewatch series. If you don't know how the rewatch series works, you can check out the first episode of the first season. That is where I do the most talking about it so you can understand how it all works. Also, I watch this in subtitled as full length, so technically you can watch in dubbed if you want, yada yada yada. I talk about this every episode. But yeah, so just so you guys know that the format that I'm watching it in. Anyway, last episode we had Midoriya kind of figuring out his powers a bit. It ended off with him applying one for all to his entire body, trying to keep it on all the time instead of turning it on and off when he needs it, and only in sections of his body. That way it's all powered on all the time, and that's a really cool thing. I can't wait to see him train that more and get even better with it using more than 5% power, you know? Which, like I said, this is a rewatch, but even in the time that I've seen up to, he has yet, well, yeah, he has yet to really gone past that successfully, I'll say. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so we're about to see some cool stuff, I believe, if I remember correctly, and yeah, so let's just jump into the episode because I want to get this going, and it's also heating up in my room, so I want to finish this episode and turn my air conditioner on. Alrighty, guys, so we are gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. A little bit of recap of how he's gonna use one for all. I love how it ends with green, which is like his color. The previous color is yellow for All Might, which is pretty cool. Oh, into the intro. I love this intro. And then like the whole like broken name and stuff coming together with the little flashbacks in the background is really cool. Yeah, so I mentioned it in the last video, but I watched the last episode with the normies. I actually felt like I did pretty good in that reaction, like talking about stuff though. I found a lot of interesting topics that I wanted to cover. Hopefully this one goes well too. But but yeah, this is one that I haven't seen in a while, so it'll be a tiny bit more fresh than the previous was. And from now on, I should be ahead of any of the reactors I'm watching, because I do 4 a week and they only do 1, at least until I catch up. And then once I catch up to where I am, I'll be doing 1 again as actual reactions. He looks like he's struggling. He's like constipated or something, trying to hold all that power together. I love this music. 3 minutes. Boing, boing, boing. He's like a damn pinball. Aw, pinball sounds fun. Just mess around on a little bit. Yeah, not giving him time to charge up. I wonder if he'll ever be able to do it without like the charge up. He gets to the point where he does it pretty fast in the future, it seems like, but I still don't know if it's instant. Clever. I love this move so much. He just like pushes himself off the floor like that. Yeah. And he pushes off the ceiling. I love that so much. It's so cool. Yep. Gran Torino ain't no bitch. Yep. He's definitely a thinker. I love how he grazed him a little bit too. So made him seriously dodge. I love that. Oh, I love it when old men say might become a monster when they're talking about like their apprentices or anyone they're training. So it's such like an epic feeling in anime or any show really. he's, he's so sad. Full cowling. Yeah. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I feel like this is the last time we get to see Kirishima, and I wish we got to see more of his internship. Very satisfying to hit your quirks as his hands are in pain. I mentioned in the last episode that this little bit here is just because it never really amounts to anything, I'm not the biggest fan. Like, it doesn't seem to help change Bakugo at all. She seems to enjoy it so much. Uwabami, I think her name is, or something like that. It makes me wonder if she. It makes me wonder if she became a hero just to do this kind of work. Oh, I forgot that this part was in this episode. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I was gonna make coffee before this episode. Well, that ain't happening now. I guess I'll be making coffee after it. So crazy. God. Can you imagine if they actually mastered the art of giving multiple quirks to people, though? You know what show I really want to watch again, talking about, like, accumulating quirks like that kind of thing? I really want to watch Heroes again. The only problem is I have nowhere I can watch it. It came off Netflix a while ago, and now I don't think it's anywhere. Hmm. Oh, whenever All Might talks all serious while transforming, it's so intense. Back to Stain and Shigaraki. Looks like it'd be so painful. Like I said last episode, I really like Stain and his ideology, to be honest. I don't agree with his methods, I mean, it's all an anime, and obviously what he did to Tensei, I'm not a fan of, and, obviously all the other people he killed I have no attachment to because I don't know them and they're just characters, but I wouldn't, if this was real life, I wouldn't agree with his methods, but his ideology is actually something I might, find myself agreeing to. It's interesting. I'm not a big fan of Shigaraki, although I respect his gaming references. We don't have a healer in this party. As a gamer, I can respect that part of him, although I don't like that the show puts that mentality of referring to things with video games as childish. It's a lot of games that give a lot of good insight into things. Makes you really think about stuff. Especially some of the adventure games that send you on a story where you make crucial choices that really makes you think of your morals and everything and where you stand. Sorry, I went on a rant about something that had nothing to do with the show. I like how his earrings are screws. I wonder if they're actual screws or if that's just what the earring looks like. I don't know if we've ever had an angle where we got to see the back of his ear. I'll try to keep an eye out though as we watch. God damn it. Poor Tensei. Poor Tenya. So intense. That imagery right there. Oh man, so good. Yep. I believe that could probably be true, especially with Midoriya. Midoriya seems to pick up a lot from the people he fights with and the people he watches and stuff. And granted, he picks up a lot from a lot of people, not just one. If he keeps fighting with one, he might, like he said, pick up some weird habits. And I really like that Gran Torino has the insight to notice that. where Midoriya might try to use his powers too much in a way that counters Gran Torino, that he thinks that'll be like the only way that he can fight. Almost like the way he thought that because he got this power from All Might, he had to use it the exact same way, you know? Poor heroes taking a taxi, it's always so funny. You know, a lot of the heroes we see, you know, have their own, like, Batmobile, or Superman can fly, Spider-Man can swing around the city on webs, like, all that stuff. Although, I just thought of Deadpool. It reminds me of Deadpool taking the cab everywhere. I didn't, like, I didn't really think about, like, that comparison before, ever. Yeah. Some weird, like, parts of the songs, or just weird, like, sounds they throw in there. Like, it sounded like in the background there for a second. I don't know if that's part of the song or not. Well, this hero might not be part of a big agency, but he's smart because he picked that up. Yeah. Poor Ida. I love the sound and like the ambient sound in the background. Just building up, you can like almost feel like the almost like anxiety that's building up inside Ida, which I get a lot of anxiety issues. I can definitely respect that part. Obviously, different reasons than Ida for my anxiety, but oh, there's a villain that I must fight. I must relieve this anxiety. See, like, I really like his ideology, honestly. He's such a badass. I will continue to appear. God, Shigaraki and his damn scratching triggers me. Ugh. Stop! Don't get more intense. Bring out the no moves. When I first heard that, I was like, what? Freaking disgusting looking things. Yes, all the villains are out at night. We all know that. Kids these days. Such an old person's thing to say. Oh. I've been sitting in like the same position for the past videos because I can't lean back in my chair. And I just stretched my knee out because my knee was in like the same exact position for the past like hour or so. It just popped. That hurt. Jeez. That hero just got wrecked. Gran Torino's such a badass. Damaged some property doing that, but he got it at least away from those civilians. Now, I don't know if they broke into a building where there's more civilians or not, but he probably did the right thing. Gran Torino's always right, right? Ooh, my other knee just popped. I wonder if you guys can hear that. Yeah. This isn't the hero killer, but he is around. It's the same thing that happened to his brother, too. Running down the street, saw something down an alley. Oh, man. Ida. Yep, he's staying. Hmm. Yeah. Poor Tensei. I have to admit though, what Stain says what Stain says to Ida here really makes sense, almost to the point of me taking the side of Stain, even though I don't want to say that because I know he's a villain. Oh, I guess he says it in the next episode. Oh, that's such an intense ending, though. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing that ending, though, reminds me that this is the next episode that the normies are gonna watch, and I've been watching their reaction, and I can't wait till they get to it because they're probably gonna be freaking out about that ending. It's gonna be hilarious. I love this outro. I said it last time, but I love like the alternate setting that they did here. It's so fantastic. I would watch a spin-off series of these characters like this in this fantasy world here. Actually, is there an after credits after this one? There might be. Let's see here. Nope, there's no after credits after this one. Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 28. Yeah, so I really enjoyed that episode. Like I said during the reaction, I'm a big fan of Stain's ideology. Obviously, I'm not a fan of his methods because I don't condone killing even in shows. But I have to say he is a very compelling villain, and I really like him. He's he's probably my favorite villain. Like in terms of like emotional fights, some stuff in the future hits me harder. But in terms of like a villain with ideology, Stain is definitely the top dog for me. But yeah, the what was I about to say? I guess. Well, I don't know what I was about to say there, but to start over with a different thought, I like how during this episode, Gran Torino realized that his fighting style, constantly fighting Midoriya this way, might make him develop bad habits and decide to stop. And then they went out to go fight, some other different enemies so they could utilize their talents in a different way, and learn to fight in different methods and everything. Obviously, Gran Torino didn't want something this large scale to happen, but, anyway, but yeah, great episode. I'm not going to talk much more about that. I do discussions usually on my normal reaction videos, but since this is a rewatch, I don't really discuss, because I don't really have to, since I'm rewatching, I don't really have to analyze characters' personalities and the way they work and everything to try to figure out what's going to happen next, and do predictions on what's going to happen next, which is usually what I do in my discussions for my normal reactions. So, I'm going to call it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you are enjoying this stuff, and check out my other reactions if you want to see actual reactions and not just rewatches, I feel like the reactions are a lot more interesting. Although I do bring up some interesting topics, I feel like, sometimes throughout these episodes. But yeah, that being said, if you guys want to recommend any animes for me to watch, you can check out my anime list and see what I've already seen. And then in the comments, you can let me know of any shows that you'd like me to watch on the channel. I'm always looking for more. I think I only have 4 or 5 options in my plan to watch section at the moment. So it's not really much to choose from for whenever I have to replace the next show slot that I have going. But yeah, also, you can check out my Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel at all. All those links are in the description, so you can check that out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.